Okay, we will call to order the regular meeting of the Batavia City Council for Monday, May 5th, 2025. And I would ask that you all please rise for a pledge of allegiance to be followed by a small prayer. And who would like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, on behalf of the Batavia community, I would just like to offer a very brief prayer. Remembering all the good times and the good things that have happened to Batavia over these many years, we are ever so thankful that at the bottom line, the real truth of Batavia and its strength is in the quality of the people who live here and their deep desires to do the right thing and to share with their children the lessons of the past that will take us into a brighter future. Tonight, I think Batavia continues to have that bright future because we still have the people and we are attracting more nice people to our community. So I want to officially say thank you for all the good efforts that have come forth from heaven above and from others to bring people into Batavia and to make Batavia a very special place. We also, as always, want to remember those from our community who are serving in foreign soil in defense of the liberties of the United States of America. And we just ask that a special blessing be shined upon each one of these men and women, along with all their counterparts from America, as they go about their vital missions. And finally, tonight at the City Council, we ask for understanding and vision as the City Council makes the decisions they are called upon by our agenda. We ask for all these blessings. Amen. You may be seated. Ask the city clerk to please call the roll.
Barraza? Lancy?
Here.
Beck? Here. Pieper? Here. Malone?
Here.
Wolf?
Here.
Solfa?
Here.
Barron?
Here.
Lehman? Here. Ayazi?
Here.
Malay?
Here.
Ewer?
Here.
Saron?
Here.
Vogelsinger?
Here.
Barraza?
Here.
14 present, none absent.
Record reflect we have the necessary quorum to conduct business. Moving then to item number 4 is just a reminder that if you're going to address us tonight from the audience, that you please come up and use the podium and the microphone, because this is being taped on TV, and if you don't use that microphone, you look pretty strange on TV because people can't hear what you're saying. Tonight, moving then to item number 5, items to be removed, added, or changed on the agenda. Do we have any? I would just make the announcement. Is Jamie Mosser in the audience? I didn't see her come in yet. Anyway, she and I talked earlier this evening, and she has a family obligation she's got to do at 8 o'clock. So she would hope that we could get this over with, and as far as the swearing-ins go, before she has to leave. And I'm expecting, I know she's coming because we talked on the phone, but just so you know what we're trying to do here, we kind of ruffle the feathers there a little bit. Moving then to item 5, items to be removed, added, or changed on tonight's agenda. Is there anything? Okay, moving then to item 6, the presentation of the consent agenda. Alderman Beck.
Your Honor, the consent agenda reads as follows. Accept and place on file the Committee of the Whole minutes for March 11, March 25th, and March 15th, 2025, and the January, February, and March 2025 financial reports. And for approval, the April 25th, 2025 payroll in the amount of $1,186,861.88. The accounts payable check register in the amount of $3,931,932.50. The City Council minutes for April 21st, 2025, a late-night liquor license for J. Keller Corp., doing business as Bulldog Cellars, Tiffany Lee Higgins, manager. Late-night liquor license for WS Tavern Enterprises, Incorporated, doing business as Wilson Street Tavern, Mark Hogan, manager. The Cow executive session minutes for April 15th, 2025, on the purchase of real estate. Ordinance 2025-28, amendment to the official zoning map for multiple BNSF railway projects, the Kirk Road Rail Crossing. Resolution 2025-63-R, approving task order number 10 with HR Green Incorporated for final engineering, permitting, and construction engineering for Mahoney Creek tributary, Michael Wild Park drainage improvements. Resolution 2025-64-R, approving a contract with Electric Conduit Construction to perform 15 kV and 34 kV underground circuit installation at 1789 Hubbard Avenue. Resolution 2025-60-R, authorizing the purchase of 4 Motorola Starcom APX 6000 radios for the Batavia Police Department. Ordinance 2025-27, amendments to the Text and Zoning Code, Chapter 6, Glossary. Ordinance 2025-25, amendments to Title 11, Subdivision Code, Chapter 9, Tree Preservation Regulations. Ordinance 2025-30, amending the 2025 wage and salary ordinance for non-collective bargained employees, utility billing changes. And Resolution 2025-68-R, approval of the agreement between the City of Batavia and IBEW Streets for 2025 through 2027. Your Honor, I move we approve the consent agenda as read.
Alderman Beck, second by Alderman Lehman for the approval of the consent agenda as presented. Any discussion from the council? Hearing.
Beck?
Aye.
Peeper?
Aye.
Malone?
Aye.
Wolf?
Aye.
Solfa?
Aye.
Barron? Lehman? Ayazi? Malay? Ewer?
Aye.
Saron? Vogelsinger? Baraza? Lancy? 14 yes, no, none absent.
Motion is approved. Okay, item 7, matters from the public for items not on the agenda. Does anybody wish to address us this evening? All right. Okay, moving to item 8. I've had some conversations with the Chamber of Commerce if they could delay themselves if need be, but you want to do your thing now?
Yeah, so as we're waiting, I'll be short. Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for letting me address you this evening. I wanted to mention that we had Inspire celebration that I've been talking about all year. It was a great event, well attended. We had 250 people in attendance. We received a thank you note in the mail that said, Batavia is full of heart, talent, and compassion, and then Inspire celebration was the perfect celebration of all three. I thought that was very sweet, so I wanted to share that with you. We will do it again next year, by the way. I want to mention that we have our volunteer fair coming up. It is tomorrow evening from 2 till 6 p.m., so I guess that's tomorrow afternoon, at the Batavia Public Library. We have 40 local nonprofits participating when we're going to use this event to connect people with their passions on helping in our community. So please make a point of stopping by. This week is National Small Business Week, which celebrates the contributions of entrepreneurs and small business owners in our community. We invite everyone to join us in recognizing and supporting them by shopping and dining local. Make a point of supporting small businesses all week by grabbing a coffee while you are out, buy gifts from a downtown shop, and have dinner at one of our family-owned restaurants. Also, do a shout out on social media, post about your favorite small businesses with photos and a quick note about why you love them. Tag the businesses and use hashtags, hashtag Small Business Week and hashtag Shop Local Batavia. Leave a positive review. Leaving a kind Google or Facebook review can go a long way in helping small businesses attract new customers. We are supporting our Batavia restaurants by doing Chamber Eats each month. This month, we are focusing or highlighting Sidecar Supper Club. So make a point to stop in at Sidecar Supper Club. By participating, you're entered into a raffle of $25 of Chamber bucks and a $25 gift certificate to Sidecar Supper Club. I wanted to mention that we have lots of events, so go to our website. You'll see that our golf outing registration is open. That will be June 23rd at Bliss Creek. And we have other events that you could check out on our website. I want to extend a warm welcome to our businesses that joined the Chamber this past month. We are delighted to welcome the Victorian Fox, Yvonne's Home Care Agency, Exchange Club of the Tri-Cities, SK Gee Consulting, Boys and Girls Club of North Central Illinois, and Performance Window Tint. They're now valued members of our chamber, so please go to the website and check them out. Now, JB didn't walk in yet, did she? Let me introduce my special guest. It's Jeremy Truex of JT's Tavern. He is a small business owner of the tavern that's at 113 South Batavia Avenue. Come on up, Jeremy.
Very much, Margaret.
You're welcome.
As Margaret said, my name is Jeremy Truex. I own JT's Tavern and Tap in Batavia, 113 South Batavia Avenue. I want to thank Margaret for inviting me up here to talk to you guys for a couple of minutes. I'll keep things short and sweet. Looks like we got a pretty full agenda tonight. So a little bit about JT's. We have been around now for a year and a half, which is crazy. It feels like I was just up here talking to you guys about the extensive remodel we did to the unit. But things are going great over at the restaurant. Nothing but positive feedback. We are always looking for ways to get involved with the community. And I guess I'd like to thank the community for all the support over the past year and a half. The way that the city of Batavia comes together and supports small businesses is it's something special that you don't see everywhere, and they really make it a point to shop and dine local. And as a small business owner, we really appreciate that. A little bit about JT's for those of you that have not had the chance to make it there yet. We are a local small business, restaurant and bar. This is our third location. We have a location in Lombard. We have a location in Carroll Stream. This is the smallest of the three locations. We focus on good burgers. We're known for our wings, a neighborhood type atmosphere where all people are welcome. And honestly, we are just thrilled with the way that things are going so far, and we look forward to continuing to grow in Batavia and with Batavia. And I think that is about it for JT's. If anybody has any questions, but
Can you share with us your hours of operation?
yeah, so we are open from 11 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock at night, or in the morning. We are rarely open until 1. We don't get a ton of late night business, but we primarily focus on our lunch and dinner business, and some late night business as well.
Anybody in the council have any comments or questions? Well, we thank you, and we appreciate your desire to move into Batavia. And as you know, I met with you and your family several times before that all happened, and
Absolutely.
you've kept true to everything you said you were going to do. So I really appreciate the good efforts you put in.
We'll continue to do that. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. All right. Margaret, you have...
I'm good, thank you, Mayor.
You don't have the Water Street studio?
No, remember, we had them.
Well, I see the state's attorney just arrived, and she sent me a text here while we started the meeting that she was going to run 10 minutes late, but since she's apparently got everything she needed to do taken care of, right? So if we're not under the tight time schedule I thought we were going to be. So anyway, I'm finding her to be a fabulous state's attorney, and so I'm very pleased that she was able to be here tonight and honor us by having her do the oaths of office. All right, let's see, then moving to item 10, 9 we're going to do next time?
Yes.
Okay. Moving then to 10, which is approval of the annual department head reappointments. And those are City Administrator Laura Newman, Finance Director and Budget Officer Peggy Colby, Fire Chief Craig Hansen, Police Chief Eric Blowers, Public Works Director Andrea Pazora, Human Rights Director Wendy Benerick, Information Technology Director Howard Chasen, Community and Economic Director Scott Buning, ESDA Director Fire Chief Hansen, ESDA Manager Mark Davis, and City Attorney Kevin Drendel. Would somebody care to make a motion, please, to approve those reappointments?
So moved.
Moved by Wolf and seconded by Sofa. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
I'm sorry, real quick. I just wanted to say, in the 10 months that I've been here, I have just been incredibly impressed with the staff that I've worked with. So I just want to take this opportunity. I like this year, the idea of this yearly appointment, and I'm glad we're here with so many people in the audience because you're really lucky to have an incredible staff who's easy to work with. Just in 10 months, I've been able to work with most of you, and you've all done an incredible job. So I'm really excited and pleased to to vote in favor of these appointments. I look forward to hearing kind of individually about each of you next year when it comes around. I think it's going to be a great thing to do these yearly appointments, and I'm glad we get a chance to sort of thank you guys and say what a great job you're doing, and looking forward to this next year again.
Thank you for doing that and saying that. Anybody else? Laura?
After you made such complimentary remarks, there is one mistake on that document that you have before you tonight. Peggy Colby should also be appointed our treasurer.
Okay. So noted.
I will amend my motion to include that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend the motion. Anybody have any problems with that? Can we do a voice vote, or do we have to roll call that one? Roll call it, please.
Wolf.
Aye.
Solfa. Barron. Lehman. Ayazi. Malay. Ewer. Saron. Vogelsinger. Baraza. Lancy. Beck. Pieper. Malone. 14 yes, no, none absent.
Motion approved. Okay, now we have the motion for the actual approval of the department heads. Any further discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Wolf.
Aye.
Solfa. Barron. Lehman. Ayazi. Malay. Ewer. Saron. Vogelsinger. Baraza. Lancy. Beck. Pieper. Malone. 14 yes, no, none absent.
Very good. Thank you all for supporting that. All right. The next thing is item 11, which is ordinance 2025-029, implementing a municipal grocery retailer's occupation tax and a municipal grocery service occupation tax. Who's got this one?
I do, Your Honor.
Hey, Alderman Wolf?
Thank you. This came out of some discussion throughout the last year after our governor decided that he was going to pass a feel-good tax repeal by taking away the 1% grocery tax. And at this point, I believe it's well over 200 municipalities in the state have decided to enact their own local grocery tax as to not lose incredible amounts of money to small city budgets. For us, it would be about $1.2 million in annual revenue that we would lose if we did not enact this tax. I am happy that all the cities that I know of around us are either planning to do this or have done this. I believe it's something that, we're not going to really notice any different. It's not like we're raising a tax, we're just continuing a tax that the state wants to not have to collect anymore. That's my speech on it.
Thank you. Alderman Solfa?
Yeah, and I would just point out that for any misconceptions out there, this is not a vote to raise taxes. This is just basically maintaining the status quo so that our budget doesn't have a $1.2 million shortfall. So it's simply maintaining the tax that's already there, that's 1%. So think of it as like 10 cents, a dime for every 10 bucks you spend on the eligible items.
Anybody else?
Yeah, just said a different way, because I agree with you, it's got to be clear. This is just a share shift from a state tax, which was a pass-through anyway, that would come back to us, to a local tax, so that we keep the money.
Anybody else? Alderman Lehman?
I'd just like to remark that most things we like to have control locally, and I just view this as that also. Like, this just now brings it into a local thing that we get to manage and make decisions on in the future, and maybe even reduce at some point. So, but agree that we need it for our budget, since we already had things in our budget this year we weren't able to accomplish. So this is...
Yes. I would just add, as many of you know, I serve as chairman of the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning's Council of Mayors downtown, and that includes all the cities in the six-county area are members of that. So I have the opportunity to get to the ear of, I'll say the mayors get to my ear as the chairman about things that are going on. And I have not talked to one mayor in the area that is not advocating what we are about to vote on in favor of doing it. So I think it's a widely passed movement throughout the region that everybody wants to save this tax in their town for whatever reason. So if we vote it down, we're going to be a real headline grabber because we'll be maybe one of the very few, if any, others that will. So I'm not worried we're going to, but I just share that this is something that there's a realization that this was an opportunity for the municipalities to have some revenue of their own, and the state took some actions to kind of challenge it, and now they're trying to undo their statements, I guess I would suggest. All right, let's have the clerk call the roll.
I'll make the motion that we approve ordinance 2025-29, implementing a municipal grocery retailer's occupation tax and a municipal grocery service occupation tax.
We have a motion and second for the approval of the resolution. Any further discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Wolf.
Aye.
Solfa.
Aye.
Barron. Aye. Lehman. Aye. Ayazi.
Aye.
Malay.
Aye.
Ewer.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
Vogelsinger.
Aye.
Baraza.
Aye.
Lancy.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
Pieper.
Aye.
Malone.
Aye.
14 yes, no, none absent.
Motion's approved. All right, moving then to item 12, which is Resolution 2025, authorizing a contract with FGM Architects for citywide facilities needs assessment. Who's got this one?
I can take it, Your Honor.
Okay, Alderman Wolf.
This came out of the COW meeting last week. We discussed this, looking at facility needs for multiple buildings that we have. We've started this already with the police department. And if we go through with a relocation plan with the police department, we really need to look at the rest of the facilities that we have and decide how we're going to best use the buildings that we have, adapt different buildings, grow into other buildings, whatever we may find out from this, and really look at how well we're utilizing the space that we've, got for the buildings that we have. So this is just another step in trying to make sure that we're making the best long-range decisions with what we've got now. I mean, when we built fire stations almost 20 years ago, we really looked at those and the way they were laid out on the properties and any possibility for expansion or reutilization of space in them was planned then. And now we're really just dealing with maintenance at the fire departments. But the rest of the buildings that we have, we really need to look at how and where we're going to store equipment for public works, how we would reuse space in City Hall if the police department were to move. There's a lot of questions out there, and I think it's a really good idea for us to be proactive and try to plan that out so that we can do it as fiscally responsible as we can and it is build as well as we have in the past. So I don't know if anybody has any more questions after last week's meeting.
You thoroughly discussed it under your leadership at that committee meeting, so does anybody in the council, Alderman Orr?
Yeah, it's not a question. It's just my objection last week just had to do with the fact that I figured we would take a first crack at saying how we would utilize the police department located space, the garage that they have there, before having to go and pay somebody to say, okay, hey, we can shift things around in Batavia where we'll know what space we have available to us in the buildings. If we decide that there's not enough space, then that's where looking at the needs assessment would make sense. But I just haven't seen an analysis like that, so that's why I'm a no on this.
Singer?
I just want to say thank you for the thoughtful conversation. I listened to the meeting after, 'cause I missed most of that. And there was a lot of good points brought up, and so it was just interesting. And thank you, everybody, for explaining what needs to happen. It makes sense, so thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, we have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Motion and second. All those are, clerk call the roll.
Solfa?
Aye.
Barron?
Aye.
Lehman? Ayazi?
Aye.
Malay? Ewer?
No.
Saron? Vogelsinger?
Aye.
Baraza?
Aye.
Lancy? Beck?
Aye.
Pieper? Malone?
Aye.
Wolf?
Aye.
13 yes, 1 no, no absent.
Motion approved. All right. Moving then to item 12. 13. Administrators report. Laura?
In the interest of time, I can defer that to the second meeting.
Yeah, go ahead. If you want to make, do you have anything that's pressing that you'd like to say?
I can wait until the second meeting.
Okay, all right. Other business from the council? We're pleased at our time moving here. We were hoping for a target of 7:30, and here we, so other business, no other business? Under the mayor's report, I'm going to join Laura and wait till after we get through with the next part of this. So I'd entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
All in favor? Sorry.
Have a motion and second for the adjournment.
Second.
Clerk, call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motions to adjourn. Okay, now we're going to have part 2 of the meeting, which is the oaths of office to the mayor, the city clerk, and the aldermen who are named in this document. And so I guess I would call upon, we got the oaths of office up here, correct? Yes. So if the state's attorney would want to join me in the center of the room here. Taking this with me.
This party sucks.
They mic'd me up.
So I can see what I'm
They
saying.
gave a politician and a lawyer a microphone. That was bad news. So before I begin, I just wanted to thank you again for giving me the honor of being able to swear you in. I cannot tell you how grateful I am for the support that I've always gotten from Mayor Schilke. The work that you've done here is amazing. So to me, it's an honor just to be standing here with you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Are you all set? I state your name.
I, Jeffrey Schilke,
Having been elected to the office of mayor
having been elected to the office of mayor
in the city of Batavia,
in the city of Batavia,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of
and
Illinois,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of mayor
the duties of the office of mayor
to the best of my
to the
ability.
best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I just need a pen to make it official.
Now I guess we need to have the city clerk come on.
You want this too?
Hand it off to you.
Thank you. Ready? I state your name.
I, Kate Garrett,
Having been elected to the office of city clerk
having been elected to the office of city clerk
in the city of Batavia,
in the city of Batavia,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of city clerk
the duties of the office of city clerk
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Kurt, get back to our table.
If we can just read off of.
You need the.
Probably better. Can we repeat? I have some of them. I don't have all of them. Here we go.
But this is just for alderperson, so. Sure. Thank you. I state your name.
I, Jennifer Barron,
Having been elected to the office
having been elected to the office
of First Ward Alderman
of First Ward
Alderman in the city of Batavia,
in the city of Batavia,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the office of First Ward Alderman, the office of First Ward Alderman
the office of First Ward Alderman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. We're just going to go second word, right?
Do we have? Just bring it up.
Thank you. I state your name.
I, Leah Lehman,
Having been elected to the office of
having been elected to the office of
Second Ward Alderman
Second Ward Alderman
in the city of
in the
Batavia,
city of Batavia,
in the counties of Kane and
in
DuPage,
the counties of Kane and DuPage,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of Second Ward Alderman
the duties of the Second Ward Alderman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Kevin Malone,
Who's got the third ward? Oh, you got it with you, okay.
They're making it easy for us.
Right.
Thank you.
Here's the mic for you.
I want to take my phone up so I can look at it.
Hello, hello.
I state your name.
I, Kevin Malone,
Having been elected to the office of
having been elected to the office of
Third Ward Alderman
Third Ward Alderman
in the city of
in the
Batavia,
city of Batavia,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
duties of the office of Third Ward Alderman
the duties of the office of Third Ward Alderman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Alice Lohman,
Oh, she's got to come from the audience. Right up here and stand so we get you in the cameras. The camera's on the.
I state your name.
I, Alice Sloman,
Having been elected to the office of Third Ward Alderman
having been elected to the office of Third Ward Alderwoman
in the city of Batavia,
in the city of Batavia,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of office of Third Ward Alderwoman
the duties of the office of Third Ward Alderwoman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Dustin Pieper.
Is that it?
No, we got 7 more.
Oh.
Thank you. This is for you to sign. Okay. Thank you.
Switch. Thank you. Okay. I state your name.
I, Dustin Pieper,
Having been elected to the office of Fourth Ward Alderman
having been elected to the office of 4th Ward Alderman
in the city of Batavia,
in the city of Batavia,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of Fourth Ward Alderman
the duties of the office of 4th Ward Alderman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Tony Millay is next.
Oh, got it.
You guys are trading seats here.
I state your name.
I, Tony Millay,
Having been elected to the office of Fourth Ward Alderman
have been elected to the office of 4th Ward Alderman
in the city of Batavia,
in the city of Batavia,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
counties of Kane and DuPage,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of Fourth Ward Alderman
the duties of the 4th Ward Alderman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Jim Fehrenbach.
Fifth?
They want you to, we can hear you.
Hi. Fifth Ward Alderman? Okay, just making sure. I state your name.
I, Jim Fehrenbach,
Having been elected to the office of Fifth Ward Alderman
having been elected to the office of 5th Ward Alderman
in the city of Batavia,
in the city of Batavia,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Fifth Ward Alderman
the duties of 5th Ward Alderman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Matt Anderson.
He's coming from the audience.
This is for you to sign. Are you Sixth Ward Alderman? Yes. Perfect.
Got it.
I state your name.
I, Matthew Anderson,
Having been elected to the office of Sixth Ward Alderman
having been elected to the office of 6th Ward Alderman
in the city of Batavia,
in the city of Batavia,
in the counties of Kane and
in
DuPage,
the counties of Kane and DuPage,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Sixth Ward Alderman
the duties of 6th Ward Alderman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Robin Barraza.
I state your name.
I, Robin Barraza,
Having been elected to the office of Seventh Ward Alderman
having been elected to the office of 7th Ward Alderman
in the city of Batavia,
the city of Batavia,
the counties of Kane and DuPage,
and the counties of Kane and DuPage,
do solemnly swear
swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
duties of 7th Ward Alderman
the duties of 7th Ward Alderman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Sarah Vogelsinger. And that's our last one.
I state your name,
I, Sarah Vogelsinger,
having been elected to the office of 7th Ward Alderman
having been elected to the office of 7th Ward Alderman,
in the city of Batavia,
city of Batavia,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
counties of Kane and DuPage,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
Constitution of the state of Illinois,
that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of 7th Ward Alderman
the duties of 7th Ward Alderman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
I think that takes care of us, doesn't it?
I think I just have to sign a bunch now. So, yes, we'll go to the back.
Well, again, thank you for coming down
For
and
having me.
being the outstanding state's attorney that you really are.
Thank you.
And then I'll be right back.
So I just gave the city clerk 2 minutes to take the state's attorney in the back. The state's attorney has to sign all the oaths of office that she gave him. So she said she'd be back in a couple of minutes. So I will use this couple of minutes just to recount a couple of moments of history that we have just made here. We have just sworn into the Batavia City Council more female aldermen than ever before in the history of Batavia. And I really feel that the city council in the last few years, with all of you, some of you who are now joining and some of you who are here, we really have come together and made some very strong strides for Batavia moving forward. And Batavia is in an enviable position, and I know that from listening again to all these other mayors that I get to meet with. We're the envy of the group. I mean, it's not only Batavia, it's probably Geneva and St. Charles too, because we're the three that seem to have the growth. We've got the increasing population of value in our homes and our businesses. And I'm very proud of the fact I just talked with Peggy Colby this afternoon, and she tells me that we still have our city municipal tax rate, which goes on your tax bill, is still one of the very lowest of all the cities in the Chicagoland area. And so we're holding our own more or less, and we're keeping the tax rate down. And I believe our new tax rate 76 cents. And in comparison, there's some, I'm not going to name names here, but there's one of our neighbors that's $2.11, and we're 76. So it gives you an idea of what we're doing. But I would suggest that we really need to keep an eye on our value of what we're getting here, because we are under a lot of scrutiny and pressure from some not nice people who want to come into Batavia and do bad things, and that specifically is crime. And the Tri-Cities are targeted because the bad boys have figured out where the towns are that there are people with affluence and who has homes and who has cars parked in their driveway that probably have stuff in it that you can kind of steal and go someplace. And so we need to have a public safety division of our operation here that's pretty highly visible. And I think with the police administration we've had the last few years, and certainly with the chief we have now, that's the case. And we're trying very hard to give Batavia Police a high visibility. The same pressure is coming at us from the fire department. Last year, the Batavia Fire Department responded to a record number of 5,383 calls during the year. We've never, ever been that number. And a lot of those calls, interestingly, are not fire, they're ambulance. Probably over 75% of all of our calls are for medical services. And one of the nice things that's happened with the Tri-Cities, and I had the opportunity to be right in the middle of this, was the building of the new Delnor Hospital right smack dab in the center of the three towns. And that really has proven its worthiness all over many times over since we've done it, and it's not that many years ago. And it continues to be expanded. And I get very good reports about how well people are treated and administered with first aid and medical issues up there. So that's a real strength of the Tri-City area that we have that. And again, I'm very, very pleased that our city council and others have done it. So we've done some stuff here that really leaves us to take us on the right track to know where we're going. And I just want to thank all of you and encourage us all to continue to do all the things that we are doing. And we're trying harder and harder to work with our other local governments, specifically the school district, the park district, the library, and trying to bring everybody together so there's no surprises and everybody knows how much Batavia is going to grow. And right now, between 2022 and the end of 2026, it looks like we could probably add about 800 new living units to our town. And some of them you can see being built now out on the east-west side. And we just got done with 242 down on South Kirk Road. So there's a lot of stuff happening, and it's all good stuff, but we got to maintain our visibilities that we got good police and they're highly active, and we got good public safety in the fire and ambulance service. And again, that strays over into the Public Works Department, which, again, I am very proud of the jobs we're doing. And, our sewer system has largely been overall improved, and our same with our water and same with our electric. And we've had some very good success with that. So we don't have a lot of problems that we have to sit here and debate. It's all been focused on, and the city council has made the decisions to spend the money that they have to. So, okay, I've talked enough. All right, so do I need a motion to adjourn this meeting, then I start another one? Is that what?
You already adjourned.
Okay, all right. So then we need to have a reconvene, part 2 of this city council meeting, and I'd ask the city clerk to please call the roll.
Barraza. Here. Lancy.
Here.
Beck. Here. Malay.
Here.
Malone.
Here.
Wolf.
Here.
Solfa.
Here.
Barron.
Here.
Lehman.
Here.
Lohman.
Here.
Pieper.
Here.
Fehrenbach.
Here.
Anderson.
Here.
Vogelsinger.
Here.
14 present, none absent.
Very good. Moving then quickly to item 4, proclamation honoring Economic Development Week of May 11th through the 17th, 2025, and Building Safety Month for May of 2025. Does somebody have those?
I do, Your Honor. I do.
Alderman Beck?
A proclamation. Whereas economic development is a vital component of strong communities, creating jobs, expanding the tax base, and enhancing the overall quality of life. And whereas the International Economic Development Council has designated May 11th through 17th, 2025 as Economic Development Week to highlight the importance of economic development professionals in fostering sustainable growth and resilience. And whereas the International Code Council has designated May 2025 as Building Safety Month to raise awareness of the importance of building codes and the dedicated professionals who develop and enforce them and keep the public safe. And whereas the City of Batavia's Community and Economic Development Department plays a critical role in shaping Batavia's present and future through thoughtful planning, business support, code enforcement, permitting, inspection, and long-range development strategies. And whereas the department's staff, including planners, economic development professionals, building inspectors, and code compliance officers, demonstrate expertise, professionalism, and a commitment to public service that ensures Batavia remains a safe, vibrant, and forward-looking community. And whereas their work fosters safe and attractive neighborhoods, supports local businesses, and guides responsible growth, all while maintaining the high quality of life residents and visitors value in Batavia. Now therefore, I, Jeffrey D. Schilke, Mayor of the City of Batavia, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2025 as Building Safety Month and the week of May 11th through 17th, 2025, as Economic Development Week in the City of Batavia. I further extend appreciation and recognition to the dedicated professionals of the Community and Economic Development Department for their essential role in building a strong and safe Batavia. Your Honor, I move we approve the proclamation as read.
Second. Motion and second for the approval of the proclamation. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Beck?
Aye.
Malay?
Aye.
Malone?
Aye.
Wolf?
Aye.
Solfa?
Aye.
Barron?
Aye.
Lehman?
Aye.
Lohman?
Aye.
Pieper?
Aye.
Fehrenbach?
Aye.
Anderson?
Aye.
Vogelsinger?
Aye.
Baraza?
Aye.
Lancy?
Aye.
14 yes, no, none absent.
Motion's approved. All right, moving to item 5, which is proclamation honoring Public Service Administration Staff Week, May 4th through the 10th. Alderman Beck?
This too. Whereas Public Service Recognition Week has been celebrated since 1985 and honors the people who serve our nation as federal, state, county, and local government employees, and whereas the City of Batavia recognizes the essential contributions of its Public Service Administration staff who work diligently behind the scenes to ensure effective governance, transparent communication, and responsive municipal operations. And whereas City Administrator, Assistant City Administrator, Communications Manager, and Deputy Clerk have consistently demonstrated integrity, professionalism, and a deep commitment to the residents of Batavia. And whereas these individuals serve as key leaders and liaisons across departments, helping guide city policies, support civic engagement, and maintain the smooth functioning of city government. And whereas their work supports the City Council, coordinates public information, facilitates access to government services, and upholds the values of transparency, accountability, and service to community. Now therefore, I, Jeffrey D. Schilke, Mayor of the City of Batavia, do hereby proclaim the week of May 4th through May 10th, 2025 as Public Service Recognition Week in the City of Batavia, and call upon its residents to recognize and express appreciation to the dedicated administration professionals who help make Batavia a well-run, responsive, and welcoming community. Your Honor, I move we approve the proclamation as read.
Second.
Motion and second for the approval of the proclamation. Clerk, call the roll.
Beck?
Aye.
Malay?
Aye.
Malone?
Aye.
Wolf?
Aye.
Solfa?
Aye.
Barron?
Aye.
Lehman?
Aye.
Lohman?
Aye.
Pieper?
Aye.
Fehrenbach?
Aye.
Anderson?
Aye.
Vogelsinger?
Aye.
Baraza?
Aye.
Lancy?
Aye.
14 yes, no, none absent.
Motion's approved. Okay, tonight we're going to start.
People from the departments.
Oh, okay.
2 proclamations that were read.
Oh, sorry about that. Thank you so much for those proclamations. The work that is done in community and economic development and also in our code enforcement departments is such an essential part of the work that the city does. And so representing the department here tonight is their director, Scott Buning, our building officer, Jeff Albertson, and also Anthony Isom in economic development. And from administration, myself and Max, we thank you very much for the proclamation. Sorry about that, Laura.
She's
I'm supposed to be behind the camera. When you stole my camera.
I'm the shortest, so I can back in front. Pretty close to it.
There you go. You're good.
That's it.
So quiet. That's it. Already opened it up.
So again, we're going to start something, another new tradition in the city council. It occurred to me that with all the dynamic, progressive actions that have been taken by the city council over the last few years, when an alderman retires, there should be some moment of recognition, something that maybe they can take with them as a plaque that says what they've done during their administration. And so I have prepared a plaque, and it's the same wording for all three aldermen, but they have an individual plaque for each of them. But I would like to read the proclamation, and then I'm going to ask that the council vote for the approval of it. It says, and again, I'm not going to, the three, you know who they all are. It says, with this proclamation, Mayor Jeffrey D. Schielke formally recognizes and honors aldermen, each one has their own, for the outstanding public service, thoughtful leadership, and lasting contributions to the city of Batavia they have made during their term. Elected by the residents of Ward, the alderman served on the city council during one of the most progressive and impactful periods in the history of the city. His role in shaping and guiding numerous initiatives has left a meaningful and enduring legacy. During his tenure, Alderman helped oversee and implement a broad range of projects and programs that have positioned Batavia for a strong and forward-looking future. Among the many achievements under the council's leadership are public infrastructure improvements, comprehensive upgrades to the city's public works system, including modernization of our sanitary sewer lines, water lines, and municipal electrical utility. Continued improvement to sidewalks, cemeteries, river walks, and the downtown riverfront area have significantly enhanced the city's infrastructure and aesthetics. Emergency service modernization. The expansion and modernization of Batavia's fire and medical emergency services, marked by the construction of 2 new fire stations, updated apparatus, and increased full-time staffing. A crowning achievement was the Batavia Fire Department's attainment of an ISO Class 1 rating, an honor shared by only 28 other fire departments in the entire state of Illinois, reflecting exceptional service and readiness and performance. Police Department enhancements. Strategic expansion of the Batavia Police Department, including the addition of full-time officers focused on school safety, senior services, and community crime prevention. Innovative outreach programs such as the introduction of a police comfort dog have strengthened the community's engagement and public trust in the police department. City facilities renovation, the remodeling of the city administration building to include improved public service areas on the first floor, such as the community development, utility billing, and reception areas, and enhanced administrative offices and police services now found on the second floor. Transportation and civic improvements. Notable projects include traffic flow enhancements at Wilson Street and Prairie Street intersection and the implementation of a road diet along Batavia Avenue. Other key community developments include the revitalization of the Peace Bridge, construction of the Flag Day Monument, enhancement of the North River Street Farmers Market, and the establishment of the Batavia Riverwalk shops. And public health leadership. A particular impacting initiative supported by the City Council during the occurring COVID-19 pandemic occurred when the former Sam's Club location on Randall Road was repurposed by the Kane County Administrator with the city's support, thus administering 114,433 vaccination doses, making it the most active vaccination site in the state of Illinois outside of Cook County. In light of these achievements and in recognition of Alderman, what their name is, invaluable service, steadfast commitment, and meaningful contributions to the well-being and progress of our city, I hereby extend this proclamation of deep gratitude and admiration. Your leadership has helped shape a stronger, more vibrant Batavia, and your legacy of service will continue to benefit our community for years to come. So I would ask the three aldermen, George Ajazi, would you come forward? I guess we're going to take, we have to take a picture here as we're, so you want to turn around?
Take a picture on my way out the door?
Yeah.
He's got his coat on already.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next we have Alderman Nick Saron. Present it to you. And finally, Alderman Marker. Guys.
I move we approve the proclamation as read.
Second.
Well, we've never done this before, so I don't know if they want to say some comments, I'd certainly invite them to do so, but.
Alderman Beck made a motion to approve the proclamations.
Oh, sorry. Okay, we have a vote on that then, please. Approving the proclamations.
Beck?
Aye.
Malay?
Aye.
Malone?
Aye.
Wolf?
Aye.
Solfa?
Aye.
Barron?
Aye.
Lehman?
Aye.
Lohman?
Aye.
Pieper?
Aye.
Fehrenbach?
Aye.
Anderson?
Aye.
Vogelsinger?
Aye.
Baraza?
Aye.
Lancy?
Aye.
14 yes, no, none absent.
All right, do we have matters from the public then? Anybody in the audience?
You want to give up a chance to say anything?
Okay, well, I mean, does any of you want to say anything? You're now the public, so it's time for your remark.
This will be my one and only time. Just real quick, great deal of respect and appreciation for everybody who's willing to volunteer to do this, because it's not something you're doing for money, it's a labor of love. And to me, truly the real champions, though, are the people behind that table. They do the work that I would never want to do, don't have the patience to do, and I just can't even fathom. So I appreciate everyone here. I appreciate them even more. Thank you. That's it.
I don't really have a lot to say. Of course, it's not working. I don't have a lot to say, and you're all probably like, baloney, Mark talks a lot. No, but seriously, it has been a pleasure serving with all of you. Like George said, it's not easy. There's some long nights. There's a lot of reading. There's a lot to consider, talking to our constituents and everything, but it was an absolute pleasure. For those coming in, don't be afraid to speak up. This is your time now. And for those that are here, listen to the new folks, make sure that they get their voice in as well, because that's important. That's why we keep on rotating. And I'm just happy that we have the folks around here that want to continue to do this. So thank you, everybody. I really enjoyed my time.
In 12 years, I've never been up here. And this is the best looking council in 12 years for sure. No, I didn't really prepare anything. I should have. This is more emotional than I thought it would be. I'm going to miss this place and miss all of you guys and the process. I'm filled with gratitude. I'm grateful for my neighbors for asking me to do this. I had no idea what I was getting into. But learned a lot, met a lot of great people. It's been fun, interesting for sure. Grateful for the staff. You guys are rock stars. And we sometimes get credit for all the work you guys do, and it shouldn't be that way, but appreciate you guys. And something, I've been around and talked to other municipalities. There's horror stories out there of how some of them interact. So I'm grateful for you guys. There's not one person on staff that I wouldn't be happy to bump into on the street. Lori, you've done a great job managing them, and Wendy, you guys have created a great workplace, a great environment. It's a good place to work, and I'm proud of that. Alderman, it's been a pleasure meeting all of you. Debating with you guys and
collaborating, discussing. I've been on the opposite end of a vote with every one of you. I know that because I've lost plenty of votes, 13-1. But I've been on the right side or on the same side with all of you, but it's been good. The process is good, and I respect all of you. Enjoyed it. And last but not least, Mayor, it's been an honor to serve all my years with you, under you. Your leadership is good, interesting to watch. You're quiet, but it's there. I appreciate your faith in Batavia. There are polarizing topics that come here, and you've said it, the fire and brimstone and things that'll bring on the ruination of the city, but you always are steady and faithful that whatever happens, we're still going to be Batavia. So, and a tip of the hat to you, Linda. You guys are Batavia, and I appreciate you guys welcoming me here and welcoming me in your house. And it's been a good trip. One last thing I'll say, one of my favorite memories here. Well, Alan, you're not here. You're the last one.
I'm here.
There's 13 new aldermen here since the day I started, but it's been a pleasure. One of my memories is that, I don't know how long ago it was when Beardsguard stood up here. I don't know if they were asking for a variance or maybe a facade grant or something, but they told their story. They came into Batavia. They weren't from Batavia. They were going town to town looking for a place to set up shop, and they came here and fell in love and said, it's a unique combination of Wicker Park and Mayberry. And that always resonated with me, stuck with me. I loved it, and I would just encourage you guys to remember that. Keep pushing the limits and being creative like we've been, but also remember the small town values and the people that made this such a great city. So with that, I would make a motion we end my political career.
So moved.
Can I get a second? Second. Thank you.
People in the audience that want to make a comment about something? It says matters from the public. All right, then we will go to other business. Does anybody in the council have anything they wish to, Alderman?
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. Many of us received an email today from Scott Naylor, and what I would like is to work at putting together a proclamation for Pride Month that also includes the raising of the flag. If any other aldermen would like to join me in support of that, I'd greatly appreciate it.
I would join you.
Then we can have it next meeting. Is that what you'd like to do?
For July, or for June, for Pride Month.
Okay.
And that'll give staff time to work with the allies. Thank you.
Anybody else? No other business? Well, the mayor's report, I already gave it once.
The administrator's report.
Oh, Laura, you wanted to do something?
Had a couple of things that I wanted to make people aware of. We have finalized the electric utility survey, and that's going out to every home in Batavia and every business in Batavia. And so we really would like your input. We're asking questions about the future of energy in the city of Batavia and how you foresee the future of energy usage in your homes and in your businesses. And we hope to get a lot of participation from that. In Public Works, we've got a lot of public works going on, don't we, Andrea? And so we continue to work on the water line replacements on Bernadette Lane, Ashton Ridge development. What's going to be coming after the end of the school year is a reconstruction of the roads adjacent to it. So McKee Street and also Van Nortwick, and we'll be replacing the utilities in that road too. So expect that there are going to be some road closures in that area. And if you use either one of those roads adjacent to the project, you may need to find a ninja route. But we will make sure to keep everyone aware of the days that those road closures are going to happen so that you are able to plan ahead. And the construction for the ramp at the Peace Bridge has begun. You can see the prep work going on over there right now. The police department on April 26th joined forces with the state's attorney, Jamie Mosser, to provide an elder fraud presentation at Bethany Lutheran Church. And then also on the same day, the department participated in the biannual DEA National Prescription Drug Take Back Day. And over the course of the day, over 78 pounds of unwanted or unused prescription medications were turned into the police department. And, you know, that represents keeping it out of our waste streams, but also making sure that it doesn't end up in the hands of folks who would then abuse those drugs. So it's a really great thing to take those out of circulation. And then also Deputy Chief LaBarbera and Chief Flowers attended an orientation meeting for the IDOT mini traffic enforcement grants that the city was awarded. And the grant provides overtime reimbursement for specific traffic safety enforcement activities and will afford the department an increased opportunity to focus on roadway safety and traffic violations, most commonly associated with traffic fatalities. Last but not least, I want to recognize Peggy Colby and her department. Moody's assigned a rating of A1 to our upcoming general obligation bond issue for the wastewater treatment plant. This is the same rating that we have had on previous debt, but realize that it's one less than the very top rating that a community can receive, which is AAA. And the reason why we didn't receive that AAA rating basically comes down to per capita income. Ordinarily, only extremely wealthy communities receive that rating. So congratulations. Peggy put together a fantastic presentation and amount of information for them to make their determination. And it's important that we strive to maintain our higher fund balances as we do to ensure that we're demonstrating our ability to weather any challenges to our finances. And that's all that I have, unless anybody has any questions for me. Thank you very much.
Questions, Laura? Okay, I just got one minor thing I'm just going to share. Some good news. As some of you may remember, several years back, Congresswoman Moorhead, or Underwood rather, got Batavia a $3 million federal grant to buy a new food pantry and clothes closet facility. And we scoured the town trying to find a building that was suitable, and some of them couldn't make it because of environmental issues and whatever have you. Well, we finally found a building out on First Street, just to the west of Van Noordwijk. And it gives us the ability to put a food pantry in there and a clothes closet, and probably even store some Christmas toys. And then suddenly I'm getting a report from Max Weiss, our assistant administrator, that the grant's not going through. And right away, I'm sitting here at night watching in Washington, D.C., and I'm thinking, geez, the White House got me. You know, that they're taking our money away from us. Well, thanks to Max and his quick observations about what was going on, lo and behold, he figured out that they had submitted the grant application money to the wrong bank number. And it kept going back to the bank and then back to the feds. And so he was able to get that straightened out. And we now have the $3 million. So we've been able to what?
Not all of it yet. We applied for reimbursement, but yes.
Yeah, okay, we're going to get it, I guess, thanks to you. I just wanted to commend him in front of the council because this thing was kicking around for 6, 8 weeks, and it was right when all Washington was reorganizing itself. And all I kept thinking was, well, they're going to get us now. We'd gone out and bought a building that now we couldn't pay for, and it was going to be a real bad scene. But he figured out what the technicalities were, and it was all in the banking world. They had copied the wrong number down. So we're now in business with that. And I think we should all be very pleased, because as I look at what's happening in Batavia, we do have a number of families who do need that food, and there are some folks that do need that clothing. And so it really is, it's not overwhelming numbers, but it's people who seriously, honestly need it. And I'm glad now that we have a facility that they can be serviced with. So again, we've made a major step forward in something that we've always tried to be good with, but now we have our actual facility to run it out of and make sure everybody gets what they need to have. So with that being said, I'd entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Motion and second.
All in favor?
Aye.